Hey everyone, it is Mr. Ferrer. This is the module video for module number 4 for the week of April the 27th. Can't believe we are pushing into the late of April already. The purpose of this module, at this point you have already decided and brainstormed a career that you would want to research. Um, Second piece is your resume that you have created already at this point. I'll have additional guidance if you haven't turned in your resume yet. And then the major goal for this module is taking additional steps of your research phase of your project and turning it into Google Slides. And I'll provide much more detail throughout this presentation. As a friendly reminder, internship class is a graduation requirement. And so there are 3 things that you will have to complete in order to pass this class in order to graduate when you're a senior. The first one is that you have to have a resume turned in into Google Classroom and uploaded to Overgrad. You can turn this in late. I highly recommend, even if you haven't completed it, and if you've completed it late, please turn it in because it is a requirement. Later this trimester, you will be interviewing with your college application manager. There's going to be lots more detail to come about that. And then completing this passion project. There's several phases, as you guys know, and I'll go through the remaining requirements for the passion project. Quick note, office hours will be on Tuesdays. Essentially, if you're watching this on Monday, it'll take place on Tuesday, the next day from 1:40 until 2:40 on Microsoft Teams. If you have any questions, need help, or just wanted to check in with me, this is a great opportunity for you to touch base with Mr. Ferrer. So I wanted to go over the remaining modules for this class. We are going to be talking about week 4, researching your career for Google Slides. You will be conducting additional research about your career that you've chosen and creating Google Slides. As a note, this is not the final presentation, right? We're going to be adding slides to the PowerPoint in the next coming weeks. Week 5, which is the first week of May, you will be interviewing your college application manager, interviewing with your college advisor. You're going to be talking about your strengths and weaknesses as a way to practice interviews, but also for your college advisor to get to know a little bit more about yourself in terms of personal goals, professional goals, and college goals. The week of May 11th, you'll be researching 3 experts in the career that you've chosen so that you could learn a lot more about your career in terms of learning more from individuals that are actually in that career. And then the week of May 18th until the 22nd, you'll be either submitting a final video of your research project or doing a live presentation for myself that you will be providing or other teachers. So there's 3 objectives that I wanted to call out. You will be researching key information about the career that you've chosen, such as qualifications, salary, making connections with colleges, as well as creating your Google Slides in terms of, making sure that is illustrated in a fun and friendly manner. As a note, again, you will be revising your presentation. So when you turn this in, don't think that this is the final product. There's going to be additional slides that you will be providing. So before we dive into the individual slides that you will have to create, and I provided a template, I just wanted to focus in on the essential skill that you are sharpening throughout this entire trimester in internship class. And it is the skill of research. Research is a skill that you could use in every career field, whether you're going into engineering, acting, art, music, the environmental sciences, medicine, even cooking. There are all fields that require some sort of analytical and research skill to focus in on. So this is why we are dedicating a whole trimester of, trying to find out careers that you're interested in and communicating it with the public and your teachers. So, quick note about reliable sources. If you come across websites with the ending .gov, these are sites usually created by the federal government, state government, usually the most reliable sources on the web. Other sites to look for in terms of when you are conducting your research about your career are education websites, and those typically end with the ending .edu. If you are using company websites, those typically end with .com. Make sure you are looking for reliable companies if this is something that you will be using for your research, such as, let's just say you're going into research about engineering, and you know that Boeing is one of the largest aircraft makers in the world. Obviously, that is a reputable website because Boeing is a large major company. And then .org websites are usually reserved for nonprofits and professional organizations like the American Heart Association, Habitat for Humanity. These are nationally recognized and practically internationally recognized organizations. So just wanted to make that note in terms of sources. These are the required slides that you will be creating as part of this module. And take note, some of these slides were part of your brainstorming phase, such as what career did you select? Why did you select it? And then there are other slides that you will have to do additional research on, such as what are 1 to 3 majors that will help you prepare you for this career, qualifications, job tasks, salary and job outlook information, and naming 3 colleges that offers that major to prepare you for that career. All right. Make sure that you include pictures and graphs to, bring your presentation to life. It is always advisable to have pictures and illustrations. It looks pretty dull if you just have pure text. And so I have an exemplar that I will be providing to all of my students as well. Some great resources that I wanted to call out, and I'm going to go through them one by one and showing them on this module. Overgrad, you guys are using this to create your college list. There is a really cool career feature that I will be recommending. College Board is the second source. It's a big future tool, has great information about related majors, education requirements, and colleges that offers that major. And then lastly, it's the Department of Labor Job Outlook website, and that has a lot of information about average salary, a job outlook, whether or not there's going to be jobs in the next 10 years and how many jobs. That's going to be very useful information to use as part of your presentation. The criteria for success, aka your rubric for this module, this will be graded as a formative. If you don't attempt this module, it's going to be 0. I highly recommend, please make sure that you're working on your slides. If you create half of your slides, you'll get 50%. 6 of your slides created, 75%. And then if you create, which I hope all of you guys do, if you create all 8 slides, you'll get 100% for this module. If you've included images on all of your slides, you'll get 100%. And then If you also note your sources for your slides, it'll get you 100% for this module. Quick note, again, your calendar. Modules are released on Mondays at 8 a.m. Tuesday, I have office hours from 1:40 until 2:40. Wednesday, we have class from 10:35 until 11:35. And then your slides will be due in Google Classroom by 1 p.m. So, as part of your module, I have created a student version for you guys to reference. Quick note, you are more than welcome to change the theme and the layout. I just use this as an example to provide a foundation. If you wanted to choose any of these other themes, have at it, make it your own. All right. And then, as a note, you will be adding slides to your presentation throughout the rest of the trimester. Again, this is not the end product. And then take a look at this, what Ferrer did. I have added placeholders in terms of what slides you will have to create and what information is needed in each of those slides. As a friendly reminder, pictures and graphs are going to help bring your presentation to life, so make sure you include that. And to provide your sources. Obviously, one way to make your presentation be professional is to include your sources. All right, at this point, I am also going to, as a gift, there is an exemplar version of what a PowerPoint Google slide should look like. At your own perusal, make sure you take a look at the exemplar version that Ferrer created. This is what I'm looking for. There's pictures, there's text, there's a balance between the two. There's a lot of information going on, and it looks vibrant. This is what would get you 100 for this module. All right, and don't forget to submit your slide to Google Classroom by pressing the Turn In button. All right, I'm going to catch my breath. At this point, I am going to go over the 3 tools that I am highly recommending each of us to utilize as part of your research. The first one is the Overgrad tool. And this tool can be found in your Overgrad account. If you go down to careers, let's say, for example, I chose environmental science as the career path that I wanted to research. All I have to do is click environmental science. I've already done research, so I know exactly which section to click on. Let's say, for example, you wanted to learn more about environmental science and what environmental scientists do. This is a very helpful overview of the career. It includes job tasks, and as part of your presentation, you'll have to name at least 2. All right. And then the name of colleges that would be super important to help you achieve this degree. So let's say, for example, you're interested in environmental science and you wanted to look for 4-year colleges. All you have to do is search. All right. I'm going to go back because this was not the career that I was going to go for. Let's be patient with me, friends. So, if you're looking for 4-year degree institution, essentially colleges that offer environmental science, obviously what's listed here, Regis, CU Boulder, Metro, all you have to name is 3. What are some job tasks? You could pull from this resource at here, which is going to be super important. That is Overgrad. One-stop shop of information that you'll need, okay? For some of your slides. Okay, And what we